Welcome to the lesson of Microsoft Excel. So in this lesson we're going to learn about some simple Excel formulas and functions. As you can see here, right on my left side, I have some basic ones which are add, subtract, multiply, division, sum, minimum, maximum, count, count A, average, median, concatenate, if, countif, and VLOOKUP. So as these are some of the basic Microsoft Excel functions or formulas which you will be able to use every day. So we're going to go through them one by one, and how you will place them I will also show it to you. So without any further ado, let's start off with the lesson. So first off, we're going to start off with the addition function. So you can do that in a couple of ways. So let's say I have 1, 2, 3. Well, these three datas, and I'm going to add them. So each and every function of our formula in Microsoft Excel starts with an equal, and then if you want to add them, you're going to use the formula or however you're going to do it. So first I'm going to do is show you two ways. You can also add, but when you type in add, you will see that there is no formulas like that. So what we're going to do is like cut it, but still keep the equal sign. So when I keep the equal sign, what I'm going to do is select the cell plus, then the second cell which I'm going to add, and the third cell which I'm going to add. Well, it doesn't matter how many cells or how many reference you're using, you can also do that. So after that, just press on enter and it's going to give you the value. We can also do something like, let's say 1 plus 2 plus 3, enter, and it's going to give you the same type of value. Well, that is done for addition. Next we're going to move to subtraction. Well, subtraction is also really easy, so I'm going to do all of these, and as the answer is 6 for them, now what I'm going to do here is going to show you the subtract function or the subtract formula. So to do the subtract formula, first off, as I showed you, just type in equal or place an equal and then select the cell or type in the data. So we're using cell references, so I'm going to select F1, then minus, then let's say E. Okay, I'm going to press enter, and that is going to be 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. Well, I can also do the same over here. Type in equal. Now instead of using the cell reference, I'm going to do is type in 3 minus 2, which is in D1, and that will also give me the answer, which is going to be 1. Now what I'm going to do is do the multiply them. Okay, use the multiply function, equal, and then what I'm going to do is multiply 6 into 3. Okay, so I'm going to use the cell reference first and then use the data. Okay, so cell reference, let's say F1 or F2, whichever one you prefer, that's like all up to you. Now as you will see that computer or your keyboard will not have a multiply sign, so you don't have to worry about that. Use this sign, which is going to be the multiplication, and your PC. Okay, in phones it's different, but when you use this, it's also going to work as a multiplication one. Okay, now I'm going to do this and then press enter, and you're going to see is 6 is multiplied into, like 6 multiplied by 3 is equal to 18. I'm going to do the same thing over here, but now I'm going to do is use data. So I'm going to multiply 18 into, let's say 2. Okay, enter, and that's going to be 18 into 2 is equals to 36. Now the next thing what I'm going to show you is division function. Okay, division function is really easy too. Just type in equal, and let's say I'm going to select this one as a reference. Now I'm going to use as a slash or oblique, whatever you like say, and now I'm going to use the cell reference to what I'm going to divide it by. Okay, so as it is divided, I'm going to type in enter, and you will see the value. Now what I'm going to do is type in equal. Now I'm going to type in 36 slash or oblique by 2. Well, that is going to be the answer. Now what I'm going to do is use the sum function, which is also equal to the addition function. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here is type in equal sum. As you can see right over here is sum. And then if you want to lock in or open the parentheses, well, when you are using a formula which is in Microsoft Excel or a pre-made formula, what you have to do is double click on these, or you can also go to formulas and then use whichever one you want. Let's say math, and we're going to go down and use sum, and you can also use the formulas over from here, but I prefer you use the formulas over from here. So I'm going to type in sum, and what you can do is open the parentheses like open bracket. That is also doable, but you can also press tab or double click on the function. Okay, now I'm going to use as tab or tap in tab from your keyboard, and you will see the parentheses will open. Now it's going to search, or when you will like open the parentheses for a formula or a function, it's going to search for some data or the criteria. Okay, so now let's add number 1. Okay, as I've told you, you can use cell reference and also the data. So I'm going to use it first to be the cell reference and then go to the data. Okay, so I'm going to select 18, and then what I'm going to do is comma, as it is said here, comma, as this is a sum. I'm going to do this, close the parentheses by adding or close the bracket, hit enter, and you will get the result. Now I'm going to do the same thing, equal sum tab, and then number 1, which is going to be this one. Okay, let's say 20, comma, and then let's say 3. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and that is going to be the summation. When you double click on it, you will also see the formula on how you worked on it to get it. Okay, now I'm going to do is minimum. Now minimum, what it does is from an array or a range, it's going to find out the minimum number. So I'm going to type in equal minimum, as you can see right here, type or tap in tab, and then you will see number 1, number 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here to be number 1 is, let's say I'm going to select all of them and then close the parentheses. That is also done, equal, and you will see from the whole range from here, or you can also see from here, that this is the range, and from the whole range the minimum number is 1. And now I'm going to show you the maximum number, which is going to find the maximum number in the range or the array, which is going to be equal max, and then select the array. Okay, now I'm going to select this, let's say whole of this. You don't have to worry about it. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and the largest number or the maximum number is going to be 36 in the array, okay, or the range. Now I'm going to do is count. So what does the count function do? So it's going to count up the data, and or how many data cells does have data in it. So I'm going to do is equal count, tap in tab, and then select the values, let's say from here to here, and then close the parentheses, hit enter, and you're going to see from this one, from this array, there is 7 data. Okay, as you can see, 7 is over here. Now count A, which is going to be the counted average. Okay, so I'm going to type in equal count A. I'm going to select the whole data, E8, close the parentheses, hit enter, and you're going to see the count A is going to be 8. Okay, so the whole of 8. Okay, the whole data. Now what I'm going to show you is the average. So we're going to find out the average by using the average function. So let's say among the summation of this, so what is going to be the average? So I'm going to type in equal, okay, average, then select the array, close the parentheses, hit enter, and for the whole summation of this data, okay, the average is going to be 12.66667. Now what I'm going to do is let's add in another data here. Let's say 12, okay, let's say this is the average. Now I'm going to concatenate this, okay, later on, but we're going to find the median. Okay, equal median. So to find the median, I'm going to select the number, close the parentheses, hit enter, and that is going to be the median. But when you add in another data, we're going to find out the median. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and that is going to be the median of the number of 2 or more. Let's say you can also select the whole array and get the median. Now we're going to find out concatenate. So to concatenate the data, you can use this function, equal concatenate, okay, and now it's going to be the text. Let's say this is the text first and this is the text. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and you can see that both of this data is now concatenated, that this is the average. Okay, both of them are now added. Now I'm going to use the if function, equal if function, and now logical test. So logical tests are really important because you will see that that if function is really important in Microsoft Excel, and most of the time it's also used in job sectors. Okay, so keep that in mind, that the if function is really important. Okay, so we're going to start off with the if function. So the if function, when you click on it, you will see that there are several criteria which you need to match to find out the data. Okay, let's say we're going to find out. Okay, let's add in some data over here before going into this if function. So I'm going to do is, let's say okay, let's do this one for if. So type in equal if, open the parentheses, and I'm going to select this one. Let's say 1, this one. Okay, let equal to let's say 1, close the double quotation, comma, let's say we're gonna use another one which is gonna be 2, double quotation, comma, and then what we're gonna do is type in another one, let's say 3. Okay, double quotation, close the parentheses, hit enter, and you can see that that is 3. Why is that 3? Because I started or used 3 of them. If I had another data over here which is going to be aligned to this data, it would have shown a different value. So now what I'm going to do is type in COUNTIF, equal count if. So the range, comma, the criteria. So the criteria, let's say 6. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and you can see that this is 0. Why is it 0? Because there is no 6. Okay, so as there is no 6, well, as this is a bit advanced, you will see that all of them are a bit different. Okay, well, you can also do them different by different, but as this is a basic Microsoft Excel function video or a lesson, so I'm not gonna make it more complex. Now the last function or the formula will be VLOOKUP. So the equal VLOOKUP, well, I'm going to tell you what VLOOKUP is. Well, the VLOOKUP is a function which helps you to find the exact type of data which you're going to search in the vertical mode. Okay, so the lookup value, let's say the lookup value is let's say add. Okay, what we're going to do is cut it, and then let's say add over here. Now equal VLOOKUP, and then click on add, and now what we're gonna do is comma the table array. Let's select this. Okay, just in case. Now what I'm gonna do is comma again, column index number, which is gonna be 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna find out what is gonna be for the 3. Okay, so I'm gonna type in 3 as this is on C, 3, comma, and now I want exact match. Close the parentheses, hit enter, and you will see that this is 1. But if I change the value to 71, and you can see it has turned to 71. So in an exact array or a range in vertical mode, if you want to find in a lot of data or find in a specific type of data, just use this function of VLOOKUP. Well, these are the basic function or formulas of Microsoft Excel. So hope you guys understood everything, and thank you for watching this video.